Yo, what's good, folks? This is your boy, Brandon McCullen. Just here at the house, just hanging out. Just got my new toy over. It's not really a new keyboard. It's quite old, but it has some nice sound banks on it. The Roland F8. But it's weighted keys. I wanted something else for weighted. And I also could use it for a controller as well because it has 88 keys. I got two controllers. Both of them have MIDI capabilities. One is just strictly an interface. It has no sounds on. So, yeah, I'm into music. I'm doing back to really focusing on my first love. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't go to the Stellar Awards, but I did go to an event and kind of going around and kind of seeing some things and just kind of being inspired. Kind of let me know that even though, but y'all know my story, I ain't really fooling with the industry like that, even though I'm still putting out songs as an artist. I want no parts of the industry. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about something I've been doing for a number of years, and this is like nothing new, but this is something that I've done and I've always enjoyed doing, and that is helping young musicians and songwriters and singers and young producers, helping them find their footing in their craft and just helping them get there and mentoring, but ministering too. Mentoring is a form of ministry, but just over the years, just enjoying doing that. And there are two types of artists that I've seen. They're the kind that listen and they're really attentive and they pay attention and they're quick to they're slow to speak and swift to hear, and they want to learn, and they have a very attitude of humility. And those are the kind of cats that go real far. Them young dudes, they just be like, man, I just want to learn. I want to get in the lab. Let's do what we got to do. And they just got a good attitude about themselves. And those are the type of dudes I like, the type of musicians that I like to work with. That's just got that, I want to learn. I want to get in there. Let's make something happen. Let's do what we got to do. Let's just figure out, and really just helping them reach their potential as far as like teaching them songwriting, teaching them arrangements, recording in the studio, live performance. I offer all of that with my program and what I do as far as mentoring and stuff like that. And what I've learned is those who don't listen, the ones who do, they go far. I've had guys come out of my tutelage and have won Grammy Awards, Stellar Awards, Dove Awards. I've seen them on TV, on tour with major artists, and all that because they want to learn. They listen and they don't have the attitude that I already know everything and I can't learn nothing, but then I found that there are those who unfortunately have the talent. See, the thing with me is I don't work with anybody that doesn't have talent. I mean, if you don't have talent, go find, your passion, find something else. There's nothing wrong with somebody being brutally honest. Everybody can't sing. Everybody's not musically inclined. And that's okay. There's other gifts, I've got other gifts too. There's other things that you can do to the glory of God, that God can take that thing and elevate that and use that gift for his glory. But then there are others who have the talent, but they're lazy. They're either lazy, two things. They don't want to learn. They're lazy. They don't want to put in the work. And then there are some that what they think. And that's funny about me because I don't really do a lot of horn tooting. And, even though I've been involved in quite a few things, and, most of the things that I've done, I've written a lot of songs, I produced a lot of records, but a lot of them haven't made the charts. I have had stuff that's charted before, but everything I've touched has not touched the charts. And, it's just the truth. And most of the stuff I've done hasn't touched the charts. I'm going to be honest. But I get results. I may not reach the charts, But guys who come from what I've taught them, that come from up under me and have worked with me and have finished the process, gone through the training, and let me lead them and mentor them, have won, some of them still charting, artists that I work with, guys that I've mentored. And it's one thing I know I'm good at. I got one guy I'm working with right now. He has a TV show. He came to me with this idea. And, and it's not even a thing that I'm doing. I just offer, I'm more of a consultant with him. But the guy listens. That's the difference. Some people listen, some people don't. And his YouTube views are going up. His platform is growing because he listens. And see, that's the problem. Some people, they don't want to listen. They don't want to take the time to listen. They know everything. Can't nobody tell them nothing. And that's a dangerous position to be in when you think you've already arrived. And, and some people, I see something in them. I want to help them. And like I said, there are those that listen, and those that listen, they succeed. But then I've had some that have come up under me, and I've tried to teach them and show them the way. But they think that they know more than I know. They think they're better than me. I've been doing this thing for over 30 years. Trust me. I wrote my first song when I was 13. I started going to the studio when I was in high school, actually recording vocals, working with, being a producer and learning how to produce. I've recorded everything from choir music to rock stuff, mostly gospel because I love gospel. That's my thing. R&B stuff. What all genres have I done? I've done them pretty much all of them. Some with major artists, some with independent artists. But I get the work in. I do it. I do what I got to do to make stuff happen. And I can show so many artists how to get where they need to get. I've accumulated, and the real thing about it is I've always done this for free. But guess what God said in this season? He said he's giving me the freedom to start charging for it. And I'm still not even going to break your back, because if you show me that you want to learn, I'll get in there and work with you. But you got to be willing to put in the work. And you got to make some investments. Not just pay me, but you got to pay your way here. If you don't live in Nashville, you got to pay your way here. You got to, but I'll hook you up with some of the best. When we get to that stage, by the time you leave me, your music is going to sound like the standard. Your recordings, your mixing, your mastering, background vocals, all those things that you probably missing. And sometimes it just be like one or two things. If it's a singer, they may do too many runs. And, we just want to discipline, because we don't want to show everybody, the whole world, everything you do overnight. We want to give them something to look forward to. If you're a musician, you might be doing too many chops, or, you're undisciplined. And that's true, especially for young musicians. That's common. Young producers, just the little things, the difference between, I use a metric called the test, where I'll put, and I did this for years, and it helped me get better over time, where I play my song and I'll play something that's on the radio. Not that we're trying to copy, because we're not trying to copy them or emulate everything they do, but to get an idea as far as sound, as far as quality and all that kind of stuff. It's always good to listen to somebody that's in the game, that's been doing their thing, and you just kind of comparing. We just kind of comparing, you know what I'm saying? Instead of comparing apples to oranges, we compare apples to apples. If you're a gospel artist, I'm going to play the stuff that's on the radio as far as gospel. Now, I'm not saying we're not doing it to copy sound, but we're doing it to copy quality, because that's what the difference between what gets played on the radio, or what gets, gets notoriety, helps you get booked for concerts, all that stuff. That's the difference, is the quality of work. Always put your best foot forward. There are so many things. It's funny, because I've had to offer over the years, and I know that my system works because I've been doing it. I've been doing it for how long have I been doing? 1998, 96. So for 29 years, I've been doing this, helping artists. And so now I'm getting ready. I'm going to start doing this, and now I'm going to make it, into a platform where you can learn and get some tools and all these kind of things. And, because it's gotten to the point to where, sometimes people don't appreciate stuff unless they got to pay for it, And if it's free, then it just, they don't take advantage of it. But when they got to pay for it, then it becomes a thing where, okay, I'm investing my dollars, my money, I'm investing my time in this. So I guess what? I'm going to give it my all. So it becomes that kind of thing. So, like I said, I got proven results. I've got people that have come from under what I'm doing, what I've done, and they have gone out and they made a good, nice career for themselves, makes lots of money, touring, doing well for themselves, made a career out of being, sometimes some of them make careers out of being keyboard players, some of them make careers out of, and they have worked with, if I said the name, I'm not name dropping in this video, but when I tell you these artists have worked with everybody you love, all the artists that you love to listen to on the radio, in whatever genre it is, if it's gospel, if it's R&B, if it's country, they've worked with them. But they started with me, and I helped them. They sat under my, it normally takes me 3 to 5 years to really, really develop a producer or a singer. Sometimes it's faster than others. It depends on how bad that person wants to work, how bad they want it. So if you want to work, you want to put in the grind, put in the effort, hit me up. But if you're not serious, I'm going to tell you right now, don't waste my time and don't waste your time. Because if you tie up my time and you don't really want to do this, guess what? There's another young singer, songwriter, producer that really wants to get good at their craft and they want to succeed and excel at that, but you holding a slot for somebody else. So don't be that person. So I'm telling you now, don't inbox me, don't text me. The only way you can contact me is inbox, but don't waste my time because you trust me. But that's the first step, inbox me. I want to hear, send me a little bio about yourself, what you do, some footage of you singing or performing, whatever it is you do, playing the keyboard, some mix, if you're an engineer, if you're a producer, some stuff you did, just send it to me. Let me hear what you've done. It don't got to be but like 2 minutes of content, like 2 minutes of whether it's a video you did of you singing, a clip of you. Try not to be able to do live performances at a church too much because the quality is not great if you send me that. Try to be like something like you got a camera in the room, you sing, it's like you auditioning for something. Something like that. It could be a live performance, but just make sure that I can hear it really well. If you send me a link to your Instagram, that's the best way to send something. Send it to the Instagram. Let me hear it that way. Or you can email me at themccullens21@gmail.com. That's The McCullens, TEMCCULLENS21@gmail.com. So, serious inquiries only, but, don't be one of those ones that, be one of those ones that they really want to do it. They're serious about it. And we'll reach out to you and see what we can do for you because I love what I do. I've loved doing this. And I'm finally starting this consulting thing that I've done. And I'm not going to stand over you and, do everything. You got to be willing to put in the work, do your own stuff. A lot of times, there's some things you got to do on your own time, too. So just come ready to work. Come with an attitude that you want to perfect your craft. And that'll be that. All right, y'all. It's your boy, Brandon. Peace.